Stop staring at the heart monitor. Your pulse isn't the problem. The real threat is that dirty clipboard they just shoved in your hands. You aren't a patient. You are a hostage in a hospital gown and you just walked into a financial ambush. That clipboard isn't paperwork. It is a legal bear trap. When you scribble your name on those forms while writhing in pain, you are walking blindfolded into a transaction where the seller sets the price after you have consumed the product and the terms are non-negotiable. The curtain rips back and in walks Dr. Miller. He has that reassuring TV dad energy, crisp Patagonia vest, warm smile. You exhale. That is your first mistake. Dr. Miller looks like a saint in scrubs, but he is basically an Uber driver with a stethoscope. He is a mercenary. He is a gig worker for a private equity giant like Team Health or Envision. These aren't medical groups. They're Wall Street asset managers that treat the emergency room like a high-speed car wash. These firms have quietly bought up staffing rights in nearly 40% of emergency departments across the United States. They bought your local F for one reason: inelastic demand. They know you cannot shop around when you are bleeding. While Dr. Miller is holding your wrist, he isn't checking your pulse. He is watching a dashboard on his iPad that tracks revenue per head. He is staring at metrics that have nothing to do with your health and everything to do with his quarterly bonus. If he doesn't upsell you on a CT scan you don't need, he doesn't get a lecture on medicine. He gets a nastygram from a 24-year-old MBA in New York threatening to cut his shifts. He isn't treating you, he is closing a deal. Here comes the ups. He suggests the platinum package body scan. Let's say you came in for simple dizziness. Dr. Miller suggests a CT scan of the head and a comprehensive blood panel just to be safe. This is the moment the sale happens. He knows you want to ask about the price. He can see the panic in your eyes, but he also knows you won't say a word. You are afraid of looking cheap in a life or death moment. You are afraid he will look at you with that mix of pity and judgment and say, "Sir, you can't put a price on your health." That is the gaslighting trap. They weaponize your guilt to make you compliant. Don't panic. Lock eyes with him. Drop the room temperature by 10 degrees and ask, "Doctor, is this test clinically indicated for my survival, or is it just defensive medicine to cover your liability?" Watch his face freeze. You just switched languages from victim to legal threat. You forced him to choose between his oath and his paycheck. You are calling out defensive medicine, the practice of ordering expensive, medically useless tests just to create a paper trail that protects the doctor from a potential lawsuit. It covers his rear end, but it bankrupts yours. If he stammers, if he looks down at his iPad, or if he gives you a vague answer about standard protocol that is the sound of a sales pitch falling apart, decline italiano. But let's say you survive the ER. You get patched up. You go home. You breathe a sigh of relief. That false sense of security lasts about 4 weeks. Then the envelope lands. You open it, and your stomach drops harder than it did in the ambulance. $8,000. You think, well, I guess healthcare is just expensive? Wrong. You are being scammed. This is the upcoding grift. Think of it like a bar tab where you ordered a Bud Light, but the bartender charged you for a magnum of Dom Perignon because you drank it too fast. The hospital software does the same thing. Medical billing is based on CPT codes. Level 1 is a nurse putting a band-aid on a cut. Level 5 is a life-threatening trauma, like a gunshot wound. You came in for a level 2 headache. That should cost about $200. But because Dr. Miller typed the word severe in his notes to protect his metrics, the algorithm auto-corrected your visit to a level 5 life-threatening event. Your bill just jumped from $200 to $2,000 in a millisecond. The paper in your hand isn't even a real bill. It is a summary bill, a vague ransom note designed to be unreadable. They lump everything into generic categories, like pharmacy services or emergency room. Fees they are betting you are too tired to fight it. Don't pay it. Don't set up a payment plan. Don't swipe your credit card. Pick up the phone and call the billing department. Demand 2 specific documents, an itemized bill with CPT codes and the doctor's raw notes. Now spot the difference. Place the bill on the left and the notes on the right. If the bill charges you for level 5 trauma, but Dr. Miller's notes say patient stable, discharged in 20 minutes, you have caught them committing federal fraud. Most hospitals will drop the charge immediately. They would rather delete the fake revenue than explain to a state auditor why their software accidentally upcodes every third patient. But the real villain isn't the hospital. It is the insurance company. You think they are on your team because you pay your premiums. In this war, they are the third army. If the hospital wants to steal your money by doing too much, the insurance company wants to keep their money by doing nothing at all. And here is the most terrifying part. They don't have doctors review your claims anymore. That costs too much. That era is dead. Instead, giants like Cigna and United Healthcare use a script called PxDx. It is a digital bouncer that auto-rejects claims faster than your screen can refresh. It is an algorithm written by some kid in Silicon Valley, designed to say no faster than a human being can read. It doesn't care about your pain. It doesn't care that Dr. Miller said you needed that surgery. It scans 4 patterns to reject. Investigations by ProPublica found that medical directors at these companies spend an average of 1.2 seconds reviewing your case. 1.2 seconds. That is the value of your life to their shareholders. They aren't checking if you are actually sick. They are banking on administrative fatigue. They know you are exhausted. They know you are broke. They know you work 40 hours a week. They are betting that if they say no, instantly 90% of you will just give up and write the check to make the pain stop. Make them lose that bet. Don't throw that rejection letter in the trash. That piece of paper isn't a verdict from a judge. It is a bluff from a casino. When their algorithm denies you in 1.2 seconds, it isn't making a medical decision. It is placing a financial bet. They are betting that if they put up a 10-foot wall of bureaucracy, you will be too tired to climb it. Prove them wrong, but do not waste your breath arguing with a customer service representative. That poor soul is just a human shield reading a script. They cannot help you. You need to bypass the shield and hurt the company where it counts their wallet. Pick up the phone and drop this sentence. I am formally requesting a peer-to-peer review regarding this denial. This phrase triggers panic in the call center. Why? Because the algorithm costs them $0 to run, but a peer-to-peer review forces them to pull a licensed MD off the golf course to argue with your doctor. That costs them hundreds of dollars in billable time. You are effectively telling them, if you want to keep my money, you are going to have to bleed for it. In a peer-to-peer review, the insurance doctor has to justify the denial to your surgeon. And here is the secret. The insurance doctor is often a generalist. They might be a pediatrician reviewing a neurosurgery claim. They hate these calls because they are often outmatched, and they know the denial was flimsy to begin with. Often they will overturn the denial before the call even happens, just to save the cost of the physician's time. But let's say you beat the insurance company. You think the war is over. Then comes the second ambush. The phantom bill? You went to an in-network hospital. Your surgeon was in-network, but you get a bill for $3,000 from an anesthesiologist you never met. This is legal highway robbery. You were unconscious, on the table. You could not ask the anesthesiologist for his insurance card. For years, this was a perfect trap. But since 2022, you have a weapon specifically designed for this, the No Surprises Act. It is now illegal for them to charge you out of network rates for emergency care or for hidden providers at an in-network facility. Do not negotiate. Do not set up a payment plan. Send them a certified letter saying this. To the billing department. This invoice is for an emergency procedure at an in-network facility. Under the Federal No Surprises Act, balance billing me for these services is illegal. I am disputing this charge in its entirety. If you do not correct this balance to zero, I will report this violation to the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Watch how fast that bill vanishes. They know they broke the law. They were just hoping you didn't know it too. But what if the hospital digs in their heels? What if they refuse to correct the upcoding fraud we talked about? What if they threaten to send your debt to collections and ruin your credit score? If they want to play hardball, it is time for the nuclear option. You have to understand what a hospital fears. They do not fear losing your $5,000. That is a rounding error to them. They fear a compliance audit. They fear the state attorney general. They feared losing their tax-exempt status. Draft a formal letter to the hospital CEO and carbon copy the state attorney general. You are going to use the F word. Fraud. Write this. I have attempted to resolve this billing discrepancy in good faith. I have requested an itemized validation of these charges, which appear to be Since you refuse to correct these charges, I am forced to view this as potential systemic billing fraud. I am requesting a formal investigation into your billing practices. That letter turns your $5,000 bill into a radioactive liability. Hospitals operate on volume. They rely on thousands of people paying inflated bills without looking. The last thing they want is a state investigator digging through their servers because one stubborn patient made a credible accusation. In most cases, a risk manager will zero out your balance just to make you go away. They will call it an administrative adjustment. They don't care what they call it. As long as you stop emailing the Attorney General, ignorance is their profit margin. They rely on you being too polite to question a doctor in a white coat. They rely on you thinking a bill is a mandate from God rather than an opening offer in a negotiation. But now the blindfold is off. You know that Dr. Miller is chasing a bonus. You know the bill is a work of fiction. You know the insurance denial is an algorithm. And you know that you have the power to rewrite the terms of engagement. You are no longer just a patient. You are the CEO of your own health. The next time they hand you that clipboard, don't feel fear. Feel ready. You have the weapons. Use them.